Yeah, no, obviously. It's always nice to have a shutout. But it's also super nice to see the bounce back we have tonight from yesterday. It's a tough loss yesterday. We played real well. And we come back in here again today and worked real hard. It was impressive.
What did you like most about your team's game?
I thought we skated hard. We had a good forecheck. And I thought we were now stuck with the plan the whole time. And it got to the net, which was where we scored our goals.
Tim mentioned that given you guys played last night in New York, he didn't feel like he even had his legs under him. In front of you, what did you see? Did you see a little extra jump given the circumstances?
In front of me, I felt like they made the game really easy for me. They blocked a lot of shots for me out there. Hammer just blocked two last minute there, and those are things that matters and it's very appreciated as a goalie. And obviously, as I said, like we skated hard, we forechecked hard. There's a good speed out there, so it was a fun game to play.
Anton, how pivotal was that second goal by Tkachuk to give you guys a little breathing room?
Yeah, I mean, obviously having a 2-0 lead going into the third is a big difference from 1-0. But as I said, we stuck with it, and that's what won us this game. And we played our game the whole game.
It's early, but why do you think this team is more capable of more bounce backs than they may have been last year?
Well, we're obviously a young team, but we've got more experience than before in the past, and everybody's hungrier. We know how it's been before, and no one wants to be in the same situation again. So everybody's really motivated to make a hard push for playoff here.
Strong games in a row for you personally. Just what have you seen from your game that's improved over the past few games?
In general, my positioning and the stuff we worked on with PD and Linus together. We have all three of us have a really good discussion going. I tried to learn from him. Obviously, he's had a lot of success in the league, so there's things I can pick from his game, and it's been very helpful. Same with PD. So, I try to be eager and listen. You can never learn too much.
You saw a pretty good goaltending display last night in New York. Can you draw inspiration from performances like that?
Yeah, I mean, every day you watch the guys that have been successful at this level. You try to watch what they're doing, and then learn from it. See if there's something you can bring into your game. Obviously, he had a real good game yesterday, and he won the game for them. So. It was tough, obviously, for us, but that's why I'm so happy we showed and came out the way we did today.
You had a couple of highlight reel saves. There was one, I think it was Eberle to Mahura backdoor. What did you see on that play?
Well, I saw he was coming down there. I knew it was guy backdoor. I tried to wait him out, and then I just tried to get something over there. So it was great.
Anton, you're a guy who's kind of you've had to fight and claw for everything you've got. When you see a guy like Gaudette having the kind of success he's having right now, you feel good for him?
Yeah. I mean, he's an awesome guy. I love him in the locker room and as a teammate, and see him in the way he's been grinding the last couple of years. And because he was with us a few years back and came back now and has been really successful. I'm super happy for him, and he brings a lot to this team.
But got the job done here tonight.
Yeah, 100%. I think we were really happy about the effort we put in last night, and we knew back-to-backs are not going to be easy, but we found a way. I mean, obviously, Forsberg was great, especially at the end, kept us in the game, made the saves he had to, and I think a great overall team effort by everyone.
Where did you guys find the energy and focus, just given the quick turnaround?
Honestly, I felt like I didn't really have my legs tonight, especially on the rush. Like every time I was trying to go one-on-one, I didn't really have the legs, but those are those nights where you just got to keep it simple and stick with it, and I think that's what we did.
How does it feel to know that you can perform, maybe not even feeling 100%, and still win like this?
Yeah, I think especially for us, like I said, I think we said multiple times we're still young, but we learn every year, and I think those are the nights where you maybe don't have it 100%, but you still find a way, and I know that probably everyone wasn't feeling their best tonight, but we joked around before the game that when God scored, they only played 8 minutes, and they're going to have their legs tonight, so they did, and they bring it every night, so it was good.
It's kind of mean.
Yeah, I know. They said it, so it wasn't me, but yeah.
Who's they?
The fourth line, yeah.
How does it feel for you guys seeing Adam Gaudette see the success he's had early on this season?
I knew he's a goal scorer, and I mean, this line has been performing all year, I think, and they play hard for us every night, and he just finds a way to get pucks in the net, and show tonight, I think, all of those three guys, they bring something else to the team, and yeah, it's just awesome to watch. I mean, that's exactly what the team needs, and they just bring it every night, bring the energy every night, and that's awesome. It brings us, makes it easier for us, and yeah, I just love the way they play.
But specifically with Adam, what do you think he does well that's brought him that success?
Yeah, I mean, if you score over 40 goals in the AHL, I think you're a pretty good goal scorer. And like I said, he needs one look. Maybe New York he needed two, but he just finds a way. Like I said, he gets open for his teammates, works really hard, and he's just smart. Plays really good defensively. And I think the whole line, like I said, I think they do whatever is best for each other and find ways to play hard to play against. And yeah, like I said, it's awesome to watch and brings a lot of energy to our team.
A bit more generally, but how close do you think this team is to playing the style that Travis Green wants you to play?
I think really close. I mean, I think when you look over the whole year, I think there might be 2 games where we didn't perform our best, and we just got to try and stay consistent. I mean, we knew we wanted to respond after last night and keep playing the same way. And like I said, I think those nights when you see Chucky had it, I think 3 times in the half, one in the third period, just gets it low, and it's leadership and it's the experience we have right now that we just got to keep it simple. And years before that, we would try to make a play and maybe get another one, but we just played simple. And huge credit to our Ds tonight. I think their gap was unbelievable and made it easy for our forwards to come back and support Forsberg.
So is Gaudette saying now he belongs on a different line, maybe?
I mean, I think the way we're playing right now is really successful. I mean, I think everyone can play up and down the lineup. I think that's what makes our team good. And obviously, I mean, he's been playing great. So I just love watching him play, and hopefully the success keeps going.
And how does a German celebrate Oktoberfest?
Yeah, I talked to Groovy. He's German too, the goalie. So he asked me if I brought the lederhosen, but I didn't. We have to wear suits, so I kept that out of my closet. And yeah, I mean, I guess I can't really celebrate it, but maybe, yeah, enjoy the time with the boys now.
Adam, are you and your line mates a good example of hard work leads to success?
Yeah, I think so. Playing with those guys has been awesome. I'm having success putting the puck in the net because of them. We're clicking on all cylinders out there, not just in the O zone, but in the neutral zone, D zone, playing hard. Just playing simple, and having those guys on my wing has made things a lot of fun out there.
We heard Tim Stützle jokingly say ahead of the game that you had said, "Hey, we played 8 minutes last night. We're the freshest out here." Can you tell us what happened ahead of the game in your words?
Obviously fourth line doesn't get the minutes, but we're just trying to make the most of it. And whatever we're given, we're trying to earn more. And I think we've done a pretty good job with our role out there and providing the spark with the team when they need it.
Has some of your adversity earlier in your career really fired you up this year?
Yeah, absolutely. I've been fired up for a couple of years now, but all of that whole journey is a learning experience, and I learned a lot, and I knew I could battle my way back, and now it's just about staying here.
You had a handful of your goals this season come from in front of the net. How do you explain your success in that area?
If you want to score goals, go to the front of the net.
How much maybe influence has Travis Green had on you? Because obviously your best career in Vancouver was with him as coach. How much has he kind of helped you out?
Yeah, I liked Green a lot when I was there. I was at the earlier stages of my career, and I don't think I gave them all that I could have. I don't think I was quite ready yet, but I learned a lot from him, and it was a no-brainer for me to come back and play for him again, especially with the guys here, familiar faces. I like Greener a lot. The guys in the room like him. He's been doing a great job with a new team, and I don't think I would be here if it was for him.
You're saying today that you learned a lot about what it takes to stay here. Is that fair?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a tough league. It's a tough league to crack, and it's even tougher to stay in. I've had to really round out my game defensively and without the puck. I could always score, but the rest of my game wasn't always there. Wasn't ready to play at this level yet. So, a couple of years down in the AHL has really taught me that. I learned from a lot of different people. Been around a couple different teams, so I just took everything in like a sponge, and it's paying off.
Given your goal production, you must be feeling really confident. How does that change the way you play each game, moving forward?
It doesn't. I'm just going out there and doing the right things. I'm a big believer if you do the right things, then you get rewarded for it, whether it's more ice time or putting the puck in the net. And, me, Cuzzy, and Q out there have been doing the right things, and it's been showing. We've been playing really well, and it's been a lot of fun.
Well, I think there were just a lot of similarities. I thought we played a pretty detailed game both games, and maybe a result should have been a different result last night with the way we played, and I think we should have earned at least a point last night. But things happen. There's going to be times throughout this year that maybe a team outplays us and we find a way to get 2 points. So it all comes back around. But tonight, I feel like that was the best 60-minute effort that we've had as a team so far this year, and that's been our expectation. And now I'm really excited to looking to build off that.
How close is this team? How close is this team to playing at the style that Travis Green wants you guys to play?
I mean, I think after the Colorado game, I think we're extremely disappointed with how we played there, and I think there's been an emphasis since then to never let that happen again. And I think the games, the last 3 games have shown kind of the way that we need to play, and that to be honest with you, that we want and like playing. I think those are the types of games that we just thrive under. So as a team, we're going to just keep building off that, and we definitely aren't a group that's going to be complacent with wins and efforts. It's we want more.
What does it mean that you can get maybe your best, as you say, 60-minute effort of the year on a tight turnaround from New York too?
I mean, I think it just does a lot for mentally. I mean, I think it's I think it starts from day one of camp. I think Greener's big message has been once you're physically tired, it's when the mental strength comes in, and how to handle adversity. Keep things simple when you're not feeling great, when you're not having your A game. So I think it started from those hard skates that we've been doing all along. So I think it showed tonight, back-to-back quick turnaround, and that keeping it simple wins you hockey games.
Timmy talked about kind of you making some defensive plays at the end of the game. How much emphasis do you have on that kind of leading example for your team, especially on the defensive side?
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes kind of hand in hand of about old mistakes to new mistakes. I think the old me would have maybe gone for the empty netter, but I guess it's just showing that there's a new mentality in this room. There's a new mindset. I guess you can say that. So I think for me, it's in our line, Timmy especially, and really it's all about leading by example. And if we're doing it right, then guys will follow.
That mindset that you're talking about, do you feel like there's a level of hunger in this room to a degree that you haven't seen in the time that you've been here?
100%. Yeah, I think you kind of nailed it there. I think we're sick of the continuous cycle that we've been on since we've been here of going home early and shoulda, coulda, wouldas throughout the whole year. I think for us, it's just this year's different. This year's mindset's different. That we want more. We want more from ourselves, each other, but the great thing about this group is the belief that we have in one another.
How much of that kind of mindset is the consistency? In the last game, you guys obviously lost, but after the game, players were talking about how much they appreciated the consistency, even though they fell down in the game. How much of that is?
I mean, that's what we want to be known as, the most consistent, hardworking team night in and night out. And let's just talk, example tonight that, we probably don't have our A legs, A energy. It's just about keeping it simple, keeping it short, and changing on offense, changing at the right times to, get other guys out there and keep them fresh and keep wearing them down because, they've been sitting and waiting for us. So, I think it just kind of goes into the mindset and the characteristics of an Ottawa center that we want to do every single day.
Brady, what can you say about Adam Gaudette too, just being on fire recently?
Yeah, he's been hot and been scoring some big goals for us, and he just has that capability to be able to bear down and get us one, and usually always important ones too.
maybe a bit more specific with Adam, but what have you seen from him that has led to that success? How has he been able to bear down?
Yeah, we could just be honest. Those guys don't get as many minutes as other lines do, and it's just you speak to the capability of staying in it, staying mentally strong, and maybe it's inconsistent when they're going out there and changes in matchups. That when you have that opportunity, he's ready for that puck and he wants to score, and I think it just talks to the capability of when his name and when that line's names are called, that they're ready to go and ready to make an impact.
Coach, how would you assess your team's game here tonight?
Good.
Different game played from what we saw last night.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we were really good tonight. It's a tough game when you come back. Anyone that says it isn't, when the other team's fresh and you played last night, lost a game that you probably deserved better. I was happy for our group tonight, the way they came out. And they played another good 60 minutes.
How close is this team to playing in the style that you want them to play?
Yeah, they're close. We've done it. I don't know how many games we've played. 11 games. We've been close some nights. I thought the last two games, arguably, were our two best games of the year. So happy with that. And it's not just how I want. I think it's how they want to play too, and getting buy-in from the group.
You say like kind of the way they're playing and kind of that you take that into account. So how much? What has the players said that you want, like that they want to play the game? Sorry, I'll rephrase. I guess my question is on the defensive end. You've only given up a goal, 3 goals in 3 games. What do you like about your structure defensively?
They're getting it. They're buying into it. They're committing to it. Defensive, D-zone coverage it's not just competing. It's competing, but also being smart. It's buying in. It's listening, learning, reading off each other, and they've been a committed group.
Brady said he felt like this was your best 60-minute effort this year. He also said that when you're physically depleted, it's the mental side that kicks in. Would you agree with him that you saw good mental effort from the team?
We probably weren't as sharp as we were last night, but I thought there's some nights that your structure, your details, your compete level, you have to rely on that to win some games, especially when you're playing a back-to-back game and the other team's fresh. You're probably going to have to spend a little time in your own zone. And we did, but we defended really well tonight from the inside out.
So that goal, they went upstairs. Did you buy some time by getting the ref to come over and maybe give you some sort of explanation of why it was called off? Or
yeah, I wanted to have a conversation about the goal a little bit, and just so happened that we got a little extra time out of it. But Kinger and Josh did a great job underneath, looking at it, and they ultimately make the call.
What has changed in Adam Gaudette's game since you had him in Vancouver?
He's older. He played well when he was in Vancouver. A young guy coming out of college that had always scored at every level he's been in. But I think, like a lot of young players, you don't understand the other side of the puck quite as well. He tried then. I liked him then as a player too. I like him now as a player. But I think he's just matured a little bit. I think I don't want to say takes it for granted, but he understands that it's not a given that you're going to play in the NHL. It's a hard league to make. And it's an even harder league to stay in and have longevity in. And sometimes skilled players have to figure out how they can stay in the league and just become a regular player. And he's always had a knack for scoring goals, and that line's been good for us.
Fourth lines typically have that reputation of being really physical. So how does it change the dynamics of the team having a guy on fourth line score so much?
Well, it does a little. It's not the norm. But you got Cuzzy and Mac who, they like to play physical, but they're smart. Cuzzy's a real smart player. He understands the game really well. Mac's game is also, it shouldn't go unsaid that his game has been very solid as well. And they got some chemistry. They understand their role, and that's a big part of it, is understanding your role and what's expected out of you. And I think we got 9 goals from our fourth line, which is pretty good.
Even as a fourth liner, though, you still trust Adam to be used in a power play situation. What's it been about his game and his performance so far that's allowed you to trust him?
He's probably truly more of a power play guy than a fourth line penalty kill guy, which is kind of the norm, and which is different, but it's also a nice option to have. And even as we go on, certain, if he's on the power play or not, I know that deep down he understands what he has to bring to stay in the league now, just because he's older.
Like a guy like Brady Tkachuk talked about earlier, just that before he might try to score an empty netter, but this time he dump the puck. And how much of an example does he set for the team, especially on the defensive end?
Yeah, you want your captain to do the right things. He's a young captain that's gonna become better as a captain as time goes on. But when it comes to his play, much like the rest of our younger group, they're kind of learning as they go what it takes to win, how to win, what's important, and we're getting a lot of good buy-in from everyone.
Not to go back to Adam, but most of his goals this season have come from in around the net, or at least around that area. How much of that was a part of his game when you had him in Vancouver?
Probably not as much. He's got a really good shot. He's probably, even throughout minor hockey up through college, I'm guessing he scored a lot of goals with his shot from the outside on the power play, and that's part of that maturity that you're talking about. And if you have a fourth line that can play in the other zone and get pucks to the net, not a lot of fourth line centermen have really good hands, or were scorers in the past. So, he's give him credit. He's done a nice job, and he's given us some important goals.
Travis, big picture, just reflecting on where you guys are at, 6 and 5. How do you feel about the body of work so far?
Yeah, I like it. Knock on wood. I like a lot of things that we've done. I think as a coach, you can try not to go get ahead of yourself. I think we could have a better record. I thought 2 games, the Vegas game and the game in New York, we probably deserved a better fate. But I do think that your team needs to learn through some tough lessons as well. And they've bounced back after those games where they've played well, and they've also had games where they've played well and then not maybe gotten ahead of themselves a little bit. So we talk about being process driven a lot, and if you stick to it, you're going to be on the right side more than not.
Shut up for Forsberg tonight. What's
your
goalie out there tonight?
He played great. Again, happy for him. He had a stint there where probably he wasn't happy with his game for a couple games after Linus got hurt, but he's really found his groove and given us another great game tonight.
Kind of on that note, just how much confidence does it give you to be able to go to Linus or Forsberg when they're both playing well?
Yeah, we've, from the day one, we really believed in Forsy. Even when he had a couple games that, probably weren't his best, Petey's done a great job with him, keeping him focused, but also working through anything with both guys. And we've got full confidence in both our guys. And that's important that you have that in your goalies.